Hello and welcome to another unboxing from Pushing Cardboard. I'm Grant Lindenberg, your cardboard pusher, and today we're going to have a look at the new release from Osprey Games, Undaunted Stalingrad, the latest installment in the Undaunted series by David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin. This is one hefty and a big box. Check out the size of that. It's kind of, I don't know that I can get my camera far enough away, but you can see that this is one huge box of what I assume will be wargaming goodness. Like previous Osprey boxes, it looks like the box is slightly linen-y finished. Not sure about that. We'll find out once I open it. This is they rate it games playable in 45 to 75 minutes. And as far as I know, there's also a campaign mode in this game as well. So anyway, let's open the box and see what's in here. This is a huge box. We might be here a while. Knowing their previous releases, they've probably got a nice setup in the box for storing the components as well. They've had that in previous boxes, especially in their when the reinforcements box came out. I think it provided a box so that you could fit both of the previous iterations into one new box. Okay, well there's the box. It does have that sort of slightly linen finish that I'd noticed before. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what's in here. We have this is the map book, so this will be the scenarios, I imagine. These are not just like the other Undaunted rule books that came in smaller boxes. These aren't your full 8.5 or 8x10 or 8x11 rule books. These are a sort of a smaller rule book. But this isn't the rule book. This is the scenario book, I would imagine. So, yeah, it says campaign setup, and there's, well, I don't know. It says 152 and 150, but I don't think that there's all the numbers used here. So I don't know how many scenarios there actually are. But it's if you know if you've played some Undaunted before, you recognize sort of the setup. Though this is interesting. This is obviously the campaign stuff, because you can see down in the corner here, it shows you're in a section of the big, each scenario is in a section of like a bigger map. So rather than, yeah, that makes sense. So this looks like maybe some kind of a campaign map book. There we go. Up next we have a German scenario book. Well, that's interesting. Campaign record. I wonder if there's a solo system here. That could be. This is a 48 page book, and it's got sort of like the text here is like story text. So I don't know if this is for solo or not, but it reminds me of the text that was in the old solo game Ambush, if anybody remembers that one. It's a pretty popular old game from Victory Games. Yeah, well, here we go. There's a lot of color text in there anyway, and here's a Soviet scenario book that pretty much is the same thing. Has scenario numbers and then text to go along with it. So there you go. Yeah, who knows how that all works. Here's the rule book. Now this is much more the size of the full box. Well, it says, Achtung, do not read any booklets, unseal any decks, punch any punch board, or move any components until you've read the assembly and storage guide on page 4. So there you go. I better do that. I won't punch anything, but yeah, this is, obviously much bigger, but this is definitely the same style of scenario book, rule book that was in the Normandy game, for example. Although it looks like there's a little more complexity here, of course, because we have an upgrade phase, and I think like units and can be upgraded and things like that. So yeah, and then there's a big campaign rules here at the back. So that looks pretty interesting. Smoke markers, escape markers. All right, well, there we go. That's the big rule book. I imagine the scenarios can be played apart from the campaign as well, but I'm guessing the campaign is the thing that really has people excited here. Here we go. Here's our first look at the counters. We'll see if we have a few tanks here, as well as scouts, gunners, riflemen. Sharpshooters are different than snipers in this game. Partisans. So that looks like your Soviet units. Here's some German units. Again, we have some tank units at the bottom here. And what have we got? Riflemen, engineers. Again, snipers and sharpshooters. Somewhat different. Romanians, so something different there as well. Here's markers. I wonder what these ones are. Those look like tunnel entrances. And these up here at the top look like victory point markers. So that looks fairly familiar. Well, now, like we said, the box is very, very much like you'd think. It's there's full plastic inserts here for the box. Over on the right side, on my far side, these are the tiles, the terrain tiles. Will that focus? There we go. You can see a little better there. There's an example of a terrain tile. The backside, they're not double-sided, or at least, well, yeah, they all just have a number or whatever on the backside. It looks like now, because they're probably not going to be used the same way the ones were for Undaunted Normandy or the other earlier games. So I won't pull all those out, but there's a good lot of them. And then this is obviously a container for containing your counters and whatnot. The handy lid. And then here's our here's some 10-sided dice and a lot of cards here. I won't open them all, but we can see the see if we get that to come into focus. There we go. Is that, yeah. So the cool art on the cards, yeah, once again. Ah, upgrade deck. Well, who knows what that is. Locked deck. Do not open until instructed, so I'm going to follow their guidelines there. And then we have probably similar things for the Russians. Here's a platoon sergeant, and that's going to be the rest of the units in there. And then again, we have an upgrade deck. And the lock deck. So I'm going to leave those, as I said. Reserve deck. Again, do not open until instructed. Well, let's just have a peek. Come on. This is an unboxing. We've got to look at some of these cards. I'm not going to get a great look at these, but yeah, looks great actually. All right, I'll put those back in because I've had a sneak peek. Probably ruined the game for hundreds of viewers. And that looks like that will be that's like everything that's in the box. That's as far as it goes. So the cards all go in here. This is where the counters will go once they're punched, and then we have all those scenario books. So that's everything in this quite hefty box for Undaunted Stalingrad. I've been really enjoying Undaunted Normandy, so I got a ways to catch up. But this looks like it's going to be right up my alley. This is a beautiful looking game, and if it's anything like Undaunted Normandy, it'll be easy to learn and fun to play. So there we have it. Thanks again for watching. This has been Pushing Cardboard, and check us out at pushingcardboard.com. And check out our podcast as well, which can be found in iTunes or Spotify or directly from our website, as I said, pushingcardboard.com. Thanks again. See you next time.